If you are a man over 60 and you have noticed that certain things just do not work the way they used to, if you feel like your energy has been slowly draining away year after year, or if you have started to wonder whether the best parts of being a man are somehow behind you, I want you to listen closely because what I am about to share with you could change everything. These feelings, this gradual decline, this quiet sense that something vital is slipping away, they are not just part of getting older. They are signals that your body is trying to send you, and there is something you can do about it tonight. As a men's health specialist with over 15 years of experience helping men reclaim their vitality, I have seen it countless times. Men walk into my office feeling defeated, embarrassed, thinking they are broken or that their time has passed. But here is what I know to be true. Your body is far more resilient and capable of renewal than you have been led to believe. The decline you are experiencing is not inevitable, and it is certainly not irreversible. Tonight, I'm going to introduce you to a simple evening ritual that has helped hundreds of my patients rediscover strength, confidence, and vitality they thought was gone forever. It is not a medication, not a complicated treatment, not something that requires a prescription or a doctor's visit. It is something you can prepare in your own kitchen tonight, something that works with your body's natural healing processes while you sleep. But before I tell you exactly what this is, I need you to understand why this particular time of day, these evening hours before bed, represent the most powerful window for male restoration that exists. Most men completely overlook this opportunity. They go to bed depleted, dehydrated, stressed from the day, and they wonder why they wake up feeling tired, sluggish, and disconnected from their own strength. You see, the hours between sunset and sleep are when your body shifts into its most profound healing mode. This is when your hormone production recalibrates, when your cells repair themselves, when your circulatory system gets the chance to restore and strengthen. For men over 60, this window becomes even more critical because it is during these quiet hours that your body can begin to reverse years of accumulated stress, poor circulation, and hormonal decline. But here's the problem. Most men sabotage this natural restoration process without even knowing it. They eat heavy meals late in the evening, they drink alcohol, they consume caffeine, they stay glued to screens that flood their system with artificial light, or they simply go to bed without giving their body any of the support it needs to heal and rebuild. What I am about to share with you is different. It is a gentle, natural way to signal to your body that it is time to restore, to rebuild, to remember what it means to be strong and vital. And the beautiful thing about this approach is that it does not force anything. It does not shock your system or create artificial responses. Instead, it works with the wisdom your body already possesses, giving it exactly what it needs to heal itself from the inside out. The tea I am going to teach you to make contains 3 specific ingredients that have been used for centuries to support male vitality, circulation, and hormonal balance. These are not exotic herbs that you need to order from some distant corner of the world. These are ingredients you can find at your local grocery store, ingredients that have been quietly helping men maintain their strength and vigor for generations. But what makes this particular combination so powerful is not just the individual ingredients themselves. It is the way they work together, the way they support each other's effects, and most importantly, the way they interact with your body's natural nighttime healing processes. When you drink this tea in the evening, you are not just consuming nutrients. You are participating in a ritual of self-care, a quiet act of respect for your body and your health. Now, I know some of you might be thinking this sounds too simple, too gentle to make any real difference. We live in a culture that tells us that if something is not dramatic, complicated, or expensive, it cannot possibly work. But I have learned something important in my years of practice. The most profound healing often comes from the simplest interventions, especially when they are done consistently with intention and care. The first ingredient in this tea is something that might surprise you. It is ginger root, fresh ginger that you slice thin and steep in hot water. Now, you might know ginger as something that settles your stomach or adds warmth to your cooking, but ginger does something far more important for men over 60. It stimulates the production of nitric oxide in your blood vessels. Nitric oxide is like a master key that unlocks healthy circulation throughout your body. It tells your blood vessels to relax, to open up, to allow blood to flow freely to every tissue that needs it. And for men, healthy circulation is absolutely essential for vitality, for energy, for confidence, and for all the physical functions that make you feel like yourself. As we age, our blood vessels naturally become less flexible, less responsive. The smooth inner lining that once allowed blood to flow effortlessly starts to stiffen. This is not your fault, and it is not a sign of weakness. It is simply what happens when years of stress, poor diet, lack of movement, and the natural aging process take their toll. But ginger has the ability to gently reverse this process. When you steep fresh ginger in hot water and drink it slowly before bed, you are delivering powerful compounds directly to your circulatory system. These compounds go to work immediately, helping to restore flexibility to your blood vessels, improving circulation to every part of your body, including the parts that matter most for male confidence and vitality. The second ingredient is something even more surprising. It is plain sea salt, just a small pinch, barely enough to taste. Now, I know what you are thinking. You have been told for years to avoid salt, that salt is bad for your blood pressure, bad for your heart. And it is true that too much processed salt, the kind found in packaged foods and restaurant meals, can cause problems. But natural sea salt, used in small amounts, does something completely different. It provides your body with essential minerals that are often depleted by stress, by medications, by the simple process of aging. These minerals are not just nice to have. They are absolutely essential for proper nerve function, for hormone production, for the electrical processes that keep your heart beating steadily and your muscles responding when you need them to. When you add just a tiny pinch of sea salt to your evening tea, you are giving your body the mineral foundation it needs to restore and rebuild while you sleep. You are supporting the delicate balance of electrolytes that keeps every system in your body functioning optimally. And for men over 60, this mineral support becomes even more important because our bodies become less efficient at absorbing and retaining these essential nutrients. The third ingredient ties everything together, and this one might be the most important of all. It is raw honey, not the processed honey you find in plastic squeeze bottles, but real unfiltered honey that still contains all of its natural enzymes and beneficial compounds. Honey does something remarkable in this tea. It provides gentle, sustained energy that supports your body's nighttime repair processes. Unlike sugar, which spikes your blood glucose and then crashes, leaving you depleted, honey releases its energy slowly and steadily. This gives your cells the fuel they need to repair, rebuild, and restore while you sleep. But honey does something else that is especially important for men. It contains compounds that support healthy testosterone production. Now, I am not talking about dramatic increases that will make you feel like you are 20 again. I am talking about gentle, natural support for the hormone production that keeps you feeling strong, confident, and vital. When you combine these three ingredients, ginger for circulation, sea salt for mineral balance, and honey for sustained energy and hormonal support, you create something that is far more powerful than the sum of its parts. You create a gentle but profound support system that works while your body does what it does best: heal and restore itself. But the magic is not just in the ingredients themselves. It is in the timing, the preparation, and the intention you bring to this simple ritual. The best time to prepare and drink this tea is approximately 1 hour before you plan to go to sleep. This gives your body enough time to absorb the beneficial compounds without the liquid keeping you awake with frequent trips to the bathroom. The preparation itself becomes part of the healing process, a few quiet minutes where you focus on caring for yourself instead of worrying about tomorrow or replaying the stresses of today. Here's exactly how to prepare it. Start with 1 cup of filtered water, heated until it just begins to steam. You do not want boiling water because that can destroy some of the delicate compounds in the ginger and honey. While the water is heating, take a piece of fresh ginger root about the size of your thumb and slice it into thin pieces. Do not peel it, just wash it gently. The skin contains beneficial compounds that you want to include. Place the ginger slices in your cup and pour the hot water over them. Let this steep for exactly 7 minutes. No more, no less. 7 minutes is the perfect amount of time for the ginger to release its active compounds without becoming too strong or bitter. While it steeps, you can use this time to simply sit quietly, breathe deeply, and let your mind begin to settle from the day. After 7 minutes, add just a small pinch of sea salt. I'm talking about literally a pinch between your thumb and forefinger, barely enough to taste. Stir it gently until it dissolves completely. Then, and this is important, wait until the tea is cooled to just warm, not hot. This is when you add 1 teaspoon of raw honey. Adding honey to liquid that is too hot destroys many of its beneficial enzymes and compounds. Stir the honey in slowly, watching it dissolve and create golden swirls in your cup. This is not just mixing ingredients. This is creating medicine, natural medicine that your body has been waiting for. Now comes the most important part of all. Do not drink this tea quickly like you are taking medicine or checking something off a list. Sip it slowly, mindfully, with respect for what you are doing for your body. As you drink, pay attention to the warmth spreading through your chest, the gentle heat moving down into your stomach, the subtle but unmistakable feeling of your body beginning to relax and prepare for rest. This is not imagination. This is your nervous system responding to the signals you are sending, shifting from the stress and tension of the day into the calm, restorative state where healing happens. Many of my patients tell me that within the first week of drinking this tea, they notice subtle but meaningful changes. They sleep more deeply, waking less frequently during the night. They feel more rested in the morning, not groggy or heavy, but genuinely refreshed. Their energy throughout the day becomes more steady and reliable, without the peaks and crashes that so many men experience as they age. But the changes that matter most often take a few weeks to fully develop. This is because true healing, real restoration, happens gradually and from the inside out. You might notice that your morning routine feels different, that you wake up with a quiet sense of strength and readiness that you had almost forgotten was possible. You might find that your mood is more stable, less affected by the small frustrations and disappointments that once seemed to drain your energy. The physical changes are often the most surprising. Men tell me that their circulation improves in ways they can actually feel. Their hands and feet are warmer, especially in the morning. They notice that their skin has better color, that they look healthier and more vital. Some report improvements in areas they had given up hope on, functions they thought were permanently diminished by age. But perhaps most importantly, they tell me about a return of something harder to define, but absolutely essential. They describe it as feeling like themselves again, like the man they remember being, not the tired, depleted version they had reluctantly accepted. They talk about confidence returning, not the false bravado of youth, but the quiet, steady confidence that comes from knowing your body is working with you, not against you. This is not about turning back the clock or pretending you are decades younger than you are. This is about honoring the man you are right now and giving that man the support he needs to live fully, confidently, and with genuine vitality. Your 60s, 70s, and beyond can be years of strength and satisfaction, not just survival and decline. The beauty of this approach is its gentleness. There are no side effects, no interactions with medications, no dramatic changes that shock your system. There is just steady, consistent support for the natural processes that keep you healthy and vital. Your body remembers how to be strong. It just needs the right conditions and the right support to express that strength again. I have seen men in their 80s discover energy and vitality they thought was gone forever, simply by supporting their body's natural wisdom with gentle, consistent care. Age does not have to mean decline. It can mean deepening, strengthening, becoming more of who you truly are rather than less. Tonight, before you close your eyes, I want you to try this simple tea. Take a moment to prepare it with intention. Drink it slowly and give your body the gift of natural support while you rest. But more than that, I want you to remember something important. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are simply a man who has lived, who has experienced, who has earned the right to age with dignity and strength. The changes you have been experiencing, the gradual decline in energy and vitality, these are not sentences you must accept. They are simply signals that your body needs different support now than it did 20 or 30 years ago. And when you provide that support consistently, gently, with respect for the wisdom your body has accumulated over the decades, remarkable things become possible. Many men make the mistake of thinking that because they are over 60, their best days are behind them. They accept fatigue as normal, decline as inevitable, and they stop fighting for their own vitality. But I have learned something profound in my years of practice. The men who thrive in their later decades are not the ones who were necessarily the strongest in their youth. They are the ones who learned to work with their bodies, not against them. This tea represents more than just three simple ingredients steeped in hot water. It represents a choice, a decision to show up for yourself every single night. It represents the understanding that small, consistent actions, done with care and intention, can create profound changes over time. You do not need dramatic interventions or expensive treatments. You need patience, consistency, and the willingness to treat your body with the respect it deserves. Some of you might be wondering how long it takes to see results, when you will know if this is working. The truth is, healing happens on its own timeline, and the timeline is different for every man. But I can tell you this: if you commit to drinking this tea every night for 30 days, really commit to it, not skipping nights or rushing through the preparation, you will notice changes. They might be subtle at first. You might sleep more soundly, wake up feeling more refreshed, notice that your energy is steadier throughout the day. You might find that your mood is more stable, that the small stresses of daily life do not drain you the way they used to. These changes might seem minor, but they are building blocks, foundations for the deeper restoration that is possible. After 60 or 90 days, the changes often become more pronounced. Men tell me they feel stronger, more confident, more connected to their own bodies. They describe a return of something they thought was gone forever, not just physical energy, but a sense of vitality, of being fully alive and present in their own lives. But here's what I want you to understand most clearly. This is not about chasing some impossible standard of youth. This is not about trying to become someone you were decades ago. This is about becoming the fullest, strongest, most vital version of who you are right now, at this stage of your life, with all the wisdom and experience you have gained. Your 60s can be a time of renewal, not just decline. Your 70s can be years of strength and purpose, not just survival. Your 80s and beyond can be filled with vitality and joy, not just resignation. But this requires a fundamental shift in how you think about aging and how you care for yourself. Instead of accepting decline as inevitable, you begin to see it as a signal that your body needs different support. Instead of giving up on vitality, you learn to nurture it in new ways. Instead of viewing your age as a limitation, you begin to see it as an opportunity to practice a deeper, more mature form of self-care. This tea is just the beginning. It is a gateway into a different relationship with your own health, a relationship based on respect, patience, and the understanding that your body is still capable of remarkable things when given the right support. As you drink it each night, you are not just consuming nutrients. You are participating in a ritual of renewal, a quiet declaration that you refuse to give up on yourself. I have shared this simple recipe with hundreds of men over the years, and I continue to be amazed by the results. Not because the tea itself is magical, but because it represents something powerful. It represents the decision to show up for yourself, to invest in your own well-being, to believe that you are worth the effort of consistent, loving care. So tonight, go to your kitchen. Slice that ginger, heat that water, add that pinch of salt and spoonful of honey. Sit quietly as you drink and let your body feel the care you are providing. This is not just about physical healing. This is about reclaiming your right to feel strong, confident, and vital, regardless of what the calendar says about your age. Your manhood is not defined by your age. It is defined by your strength, your wisdom, your willingness to care for yourself and those you love. And that strength can be renewed, that wisdom can deepen, and that care can become a source of profound vitality that carries you forward with confidence and grace. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you. If this message has resonated, if you are ready to begin this journey of renewal, please share this video with other men who might need to hear it. Sometimes the most powerful changes begin with the simplest steps, taken consistently with faith in our body's ability to heal and restore itself. Your best years are not behind you. They are waiting for you to claim them.